everyone, today I'm going to do a tutorial with the new palette from Menagerie Cosmetics. This is the Pastel Pup. It's currently not in stock, but they're working on restocking it, of course, with the, you know, what's going on, the pandemic. My videos aren't monetized, I guess I could say anyway. I don't know if they're going to take down my video if I say like coronavirus, but yeah. So of course, most places are having issues restocking, and Menagerie Cosmetics is a smaller business, but they actually shipped out pretty quickly. The processing time was a little slow, so it took about a week and a day. That's not every day, like, so 8 days total, not just business days. But it shipped in like 2 days from Washington, and I live in Florida, so it was pretty quick shipping. This is what the palette looks like with a bright mirror. If you guys are interested in seeing swatches, I do have swatches on my Instagram. I posted them yesterday. I received this today. I'm gonna try to post this today. Today is the 2nd. I do have other videos pre-filmed. So before I bought this, the single tri-foil shades. I'm not gonna use them today. I think I'll use them tomorrow to do another look. But I bought, I think this is Turtle Club, Chickadee, or Chicky, and Bunny. So I bought those because I wasn't gonna buy all of them, but I decided to because I wanted to get free shipping. So I had spent over $50, so it made more sense for me to buy them all. I was only gonna buy Bunny because I have a lot of green and yellow duochromes. They're very pretty though, very pretty. And Snowball, if you're not gonna get the palette, I do recommend buying the single in Snowball because it's beautiful, and it's the one I'm going to use today. I do wish I could add those 3 singles like I did the bottom here because they're really pretty. If you hear any noises in the background, that's my rabbit. He's got breathing issues. He's fine, don't worry. He's just older, and he makes a lot of noise. So I'm going to use this. I have a sample of this IT Cosmetics Confidence in an Eye Cream. So I've been using this every morning. It's just a sample. My mom gave it to me when she was cleaning her room. I haven't gotten any new things. I only bought, I think that's the only thing I bought makeup wise in like the last month at all, so that's pretty good for me. Besides, like, I bought some backups of my mascara on Amazon, but I'm not having income coming in, so I shouldn't be buying anything. But so I'm gonna start with some concealer. And pretty much all my videos on my makeup tutorials are the same because I do pretty much the same thing. I don't switch up my stuff very often. I mean, I do have other things, but I mean, I use what works. I don't need 400 of anything except palettes. I have lots of palettes. I think this marks it as 31 palettes now, which is a lot because I had like 10 before and I thought that was a lot. So I don't know. That's a lot to me still. So this is the e.l.f. concealer, camo concealer in fair beige. I don't have any issues with it creasing. So I'm using some primer from Milani. Normally I would do like a white base and everything. It will make the pastels show up more, but I have no desires to do all that work today because it's a lot. I used to have the white base from, the white primer from NYX. I do have their pencil and milk, but it's hard to blend out, and I'm not really a huge fan of trying to blend that out. So I'm gonna do blue. I think I'm gonna do a blue look today, because I really want to use Snowball. So I think I just want to try the blues. So I'm going to use Aquatic first. This pastel, they're all pastel. This light blue color. I'm going to use this Wet n Wild P20 brush and go in with Aquatic. I'm going to have to use the mirror from the palette. That's pretty pigmented for a pastel. I was expecting it to be less pigmented, which is a good thing that it's pigmented, not a bad thing. for some reason. Okay, I'm gonna go in the other eye. This is really nice, considering I didn't put down a white base. That's pretty bright. Pretty bright. No complaints here. I have pastel shades. I love ColourPop. I have pastel shades from ColourPop, and they do not come off like this. The only thing I say, these are very powdery. They remind me of ColourPop with how powdery they are, which I don't ever mind because I don't go through a whole palette ever. Like, I'm never gonna go through a whole pastel palette. And I like pastels. Like, I like the Sailor Moon palette because it's pastel. So that's what made me want to get this palette. God, that's bright. Wow. Okay. Sorry for the horrible lighting, but that's pretty good. Wow. That is definitely bright blue. That is bright blue. That didn't take much building up either. I'm very surprised. I'm very impressed. This is the first time I'm trying Menagerie Cosmetics, and this wasn't sent to me or anything. I paid for it, obviously. I don't have that many followers. So now that I have that light blue, I'm gonna go in with this little bit of a mid-tone blue and ice cap. After trying out one blue shade, it made me want to try more of their palettes because it's so pigmented. Ooh, this is pretty. This is pretty. So I'm just gonna do that a little bit lower. And towards the outer portion of the eye, because I'm gonna do a cut crease with the Snowball shade. So this one doesn't show up much darker than this. It shows up, but it's not as bright. You can see it though, it's still very pretty. I think I'm gonna do some black too, I think. To add a little dimension. I should have done tape, but that's okay. And with the whisker shade, very lightly on the outer corner, which is the black. I'm going with this really old Forever 21 brush because it's clean. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that. Just on the outer portion, just to deepen it up. Because it's pastel, they all have the same like value of color, so it's really hard to deepen and still keep that pastel look. I think that's pretty good. So, oh, sorry guys. Another one on this side. I'm gonna take that other one and just blend over a little bit of the ice cap shade. I didn't add any more, I'm just using what's on the brush. Blend it out. I'm gonna take a little bit more. Blend out that ice cap shade over the black. So now I'm gonna go in with my glitter glue from NYX. Glitter glue, I'm going to use the shade Snowball, which is that iridescent trifoil shade here, because I swatched it and it was beautiful. So I'm just going to go in with this glitter glue, where I'm going to place it on my lid. I think I'm gonna go with my finger at first. It's a very soft shade, so I'm not gonna take too much. I'm gonna try to go up a little bit higher. I think that'll look nice if I go up a little bit higher in the inner portion of my eye. God, that's bright. That's so bright. And you don't need to use a lot. Like normally I like dig in like 4 times the shimmer. That was just one like light swipe on my eyeball. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with Ice Cap on the other eye, just to make that a little bit darker. I really wanna use, I think I'm gonna use tomorrow Berry Slide. I think I'll do the purples and the pinks. This color I really wanna use. Oh, Belly Slide, not Berry Slide. It's purple, I just thought it was berry color. I'm gonna put a little more black, I think, the whisker shade, just a tiny bit on the outer portion. Okay, so now I'm gonna use one of these AOA E141 brushes and go into Saddleback, which is this white shade, just to brighten up the inner corners and everything. Like Saddleback, just to lighten the inner corners a little bit. Because Snowball is so bright, I don't think I want to do another inner corner highlight. So I'm just going to use Saddleback just to brighten up the inner corner. So it's still bright because it's a bright white, but it's not like another highlighting shade or another shimmery shade. I'm going to use this on my brow bone. I like having a matte white in palettes. I know it's not like necessary, but like I like having even something just to brighten up my look as a matte, not a shimmer. So I'm gonna do my eyeliner off camera and then we'll come back to do the under eye. That's what the eyes are looking like so far with the eyeliner. I'm gonna go in and do my under eye portion. So I'm gonna go in with Aquatic, which is the lighter of the blues. This one right here. Ooh, that went right in my eyeball. It's okay. Do that to the other side as well. Then we go in with Ice Cap on the outer portion of my under eye. I really like this color. That's what we're working with so far. So I'm gonna do my eyeliner and then we'll do the mascara off camera. So this is the shade Royal Blue from BH Cosmetics. So I'm gonna go in. It's just a deep blue. I think something just to ground the look. just like a little bit of a deeper tone to offset that dark eyeliner. I think it's nice to have a little bit of a deeper tone to offset my dark upper eyeliner. I never do anything other than black liner up top, but on the waterline, that looks pretty good. I was gonna use Prance from ColourPop, but I always use Prance. So I'm gonna go do my mascara and I'll be right back. So that's what we're working with so far, as you guys can see. I don't think I'm gonna do any foundation. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of concealer. I'm gonna use the Camouflage Concealer from Essence. If you hear any noises, I think my mom's making a smoothie downstairs. I'm just gonna put this on my acne. I haven't been wearing a lot of face product because I'm mostly alone. No one's seeing me. And I don't have, my skin's been really good recently, so I'm not gonna mess with it too much. Just a little bit on the chin. A little bit on my forehead. Okay. Yeah, my skin is like pretty good. I know my skin was really bad when I was in Texas, but it's been really good since I've been back. So I'm happy about that. So I'm going to go in with this brightening powder from Essence, just a little bit, banana brightening powder, on my e.l.f. small tapered brush. Like I normally do, I'm just going to put only a tiny bit under my eyes, just to wipe away like any fallout. There wasn't a lot of fallout for pastels. Usually pastels, like the ColourPop ones I have, there's a lot of fallout. And I love ColourPop and got a lot of fallout. But I didn't have a lot of fallout on my face, which was nice. Especially with that shimmery shade, the Trifoil. I really like that. So I'm just going to do a little bit of my ColourPop pressed powder. I'm going to go in with some of my bronzer. I'm using the ColourPop bronzer in Spectacle. It's like this. I have a little bit of pan on it. I'm going to go in with this fluffy Eco Tools brush. Just disperse this pretty well. I'm pretty pale. I mean, I've been outside like almost every day, but I normally go out like either really early or really late. So there's not really a lot of sun, which is fine. I don't need to be tan. You can fake it with bronzer, that's fine. A little bit on the nose, not a lot. A little bit on the nose. Okay, bronzer's done. I'm going to do more of like an icy look, so we're gonna go with probably the palest blush I have, or a more neutral blush. I think I'm gonna go in with a neutral blush. I think I'll use this Anastasia one. I have this Anastasia Trio in Pool Party, and I think I'm gonna go in with this nude shade on the end, which is called Blank. What these look like. Just because I don't want to add like a pinky blush and like take away from how bright and blue this is. So I'm going to use one of my, after I clean it off, I'm going to use one of my Real Techniques blush brushes and just go in there lightly, tap it off. That looks really pretty. think it's even. So I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. complexion brush and just lightly diffuse that blush. By the way, the mascara I use is the Essence Lash Princess. I usually use this one, but I used it in combination with this sample of Tarte Maneater just for today. I like the Essence one more. I like that the Maneater one doesn't clump your lashes together, because Essence one tends to do that, but it doesn't give enough volume. It gives the length with the actually, I think the Essence all around is just better. It's just a little clumpier, so you gotta be careful because you can easily overdo it with the mascara. I really like this trail that I bought, this Anastasia one. I would consider buying more of the Anastasia blushes. Okay, so we're gonna do highlighter. I'm going to use a very icy one. So I'm either gonna use, I think I'll use Over the Moon, because it's like a purpley one. I do have the blue one, but I don't really particularly care for it. It's the Kat Von D Alchemist palette, but I don't like those as highlighters. I use them more as eyeshadows, but I want to use Over the Moon. I think this is a really pretty color. This will look really good when I do that pinky purpley look tomorrow. I think that'll look even better with this highlighter. We're gonna do a little bit of highlighter, not too much. Maybe a little bit more. Do some on this side. A little bit on the nose. I don't want it to be too much. That's what it looks like so far. I'm thinking I was gonna do my Ella Mila one, but my mom gave me this set, and I guess I threw out mine or got rid of mine a long time ago. The Bite Beauty set that they had one holiday season, not holiday season, it was birthday gift. I think I'm gonna use this lipstick. I don't know if this is gonna be too dark. I think I'm gonna blot it. So this is the Bite lipstick in Glace. I'm gonna heavily blot it because I want it to look not as bright. I like more natural lip colors. In person it doesn't look that bright, so I actually think that looks really good. So we're gonna spray my face with the Mario Badescu facial spray. It's the rose water one. Okay, so that's the look. I'll post this up on Instagram so you guys can see like close-up photos. But I'm gonna give you my overall first impression of this palette. I'm gonna use it tomorrow too, so you'll get a second impression. By the swatches, I mean, the swatches weren't like super impressive, but for me, swatches aren't everything. For pastels do not swatch well. So if you're gonna be looking at just swatches, which a lot of the swatches are heavily saturated and push down a lot of product, you're using a lot of product to create those swatches. On my swatches that I posted, I used about 2 or 3 swipes through. So realistically, they're not gonna swatch the best because they're pastels. So, but they do perform very well in the eyes. I did not use a white base, as you guys saw. I can only imagine how bright and vibrant they would be if you use a white base. But today I only used the shades Aquatic, Ice Cap, Snowball, Saddle, and Whisker. So the last 5 shades in this palette. Tomorrow I'm going to use probably the first 5, and the greens will be a separate day. Like I'll do the greens in another look and then the yellow and orange look. So we'll see how I feel tomorrow, how adventurous I feel. I might do the yellow and oranges as one look, greens as one look, and then the pink and purple as one look. Would you guys like to see that? I'll probably post it anyway, but would you guys like to see that? So I'll do 4 videos total on this palette. I think that's going to be useful, especially if you want to get those single trifoil shades too, because I do think they're very impressive. Like I said, if you want to check out swatches, I do have them on Instagram. It's the same name as I have here. So if you guys are interested, but I like this formula. This is my first palette. This is the first palette I've ever purchased, and the first product I've ever purchased from Menagerie Cosmetics. And for me, like I'm in like ColourPop price range. So this is a little more expensive than ColourPop. It was $36. And I think the replacement shades are $5. I know the trifoils were $6 each. So what I like about this is it's magnetic, just like the ColourPop ones. And you can switch them around, whatever you'd like to do with them. But the best thing is that Menagerie Cosmetics sells these as single shadows. I don't know if they're up on their website yet. I don't believe so. I have not checked though, but they did mention they were going to have these as single shades available. So one, if you don't want the whole palette, you can buy the single shadows. Or if you run out, which a lot of us do not, but if you do a lot of colorful looks, I would definitely recommend adding this to your collection. I recommend a neon palette, a pastel palette, and just an overall rainbow palette and like a darker rainbow palette. If you're going to be creating colorful looks, those are the 4 things you would need. So I do have plenty of other rainbow palettes. So, and like I said, I do like that I can switch them out pressed. So there is a lot of kick up, but there's not a lot of fallout on your face, which I do really enjoy. And then these trifoil shades, they have a lot of punch for very little product. So you don't have to put a ton on and you'll be able to make them last for a while. But if you really enjoy them, which so far I really enjoy Snowball, so if I run out of that, I can always repurchase it. Which for me, I do have palettes that I have shades I've ran out of that I really like, and I always wish that I can repurchase them, especially if I do still like that shade. For me, like the white in the palette's always going to be gone first, so it's something I would repurchase. And I like that their palettes, the size is the same as their single shadows. That's something that I wish ColourPop would do. ColourPop's my favorite brand, so that's why I'm going to compare it to ColourPop. Their palettes are magnetic, but the shades that they sell individually are much bigger than the ones in the palette. So in turn, you're getting a cheaper price because you're getting smaller shadows in the palette, which is fine because most people don't go through them. But if it's something you love and you're going for all the time, it'd be nice to be able to just switch out those shadows or make your own palettes. I don't know. I'm gonna ramble about it all day. But I do really like that they have replaceable shadows. That's one of the things I really like about this company. And I think it's really good quality. It wasn't sent to me. They have no idea who I am. But I do like this palette, and I will be purchasing more at some point. Probably not soon because I need to not buy anything right now, but I will be purchasing more palettes from them in the future because I do really like their quality. This is the first indie brand, unless you count like Juvia's Place, which is bigger now. This is the first indie brand that I've really purchased from ever, like more independent, lesser known company. So, and I like the quality, so I think this is something I'm gonna do. And they're a little more money, which I understand completely because they're not making the same kind of quantity as like ColourPop or Urban Decay or any brands like that. So I don't mind spending a little more for good quality products. I just can't buy everything. I can't buy everything. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Here's a look again at what this look turned out like. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please subscribe. I will be putting up more tutorials. It's my favorite thing to do. So if you like tutorials, I hope you would come back and watch the next one, which will be a pink and purple look with this palette and the single shade bunny. So I'm gonna have 4 total videos on this. I already said that, but just in case you missed it, I'm gonna have 4 total videos, a yellow look, a green look, and a pinky purple look. And we'll see how that goes. I'm excited. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you later.